Rookie mini camp has begun for the Chicago Bears, and there's a lot of quotables that we're getting from multiple people regarding how it went for the Chicago Bears. We got some comments from Ben Johnson talking about Logan Jones. The ball is in his court. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how Xavier Thomas looked out there. We're going to talk about Sam Roush and a number of other draft picks for the Chicago Bulls with a number of topics. But before we talk about it and break it all down, you already know you got to hear the music first. What's going on, Chicago Bear fans, and welcome back into another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by C Dub. So if you're tuned in, love what you're listening to, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. C Dub, what's the word?
What's the word, nephew, man? You know what I'm about to say. Another week gone by till we see C-Ball. C-Ball coming, boy. Let's go.
But hey, man, we had a number of things come out of day one of rookie minicamp, C-Dub, and we are going to talk about it. The first thing up is we talking about Logan Jones. You earlier in the offseason was like, it was cool that we went to get Bradbury, but I don't want a Band-Aid. I want a long-term solution. And in the draft, the Chicago Bears delivered and selected Logan Jones out of Iowa, a guy that probably moved a couple cows in his lifetime, but damn sure know how to block somebody. C-Dub, when asked how soon will we see him on the football field, Ben Johnson said the ball is in his court. What? C-Dub, how you feeling about how you feeling when you hear something like that from Ben Johnson?
Man, I feel ecstatic. I feel like, don't you know when you get the new Jordans, bro, is you just open up the box and shit, and you just look at them for like 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Well, instead of taking them out and putting them on your feet, you just look at them like, show them to your boys and shit. Keep them, look at that. That's opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Just work with me. Stay with me, guys.
I'm with you.
It's opportunity. And I love what Ben Johnson is doing right here. Even if it's a play to instill confidence in the kid. But if he's good enough, you can be the starter to start the season, Mr. Jones. We need a guy in here that could protect our franchise quarterback for the next, let's say, 10 years. Are you that guy, Logan Jones? Centers get paid pretty handsomely, don't they, nephew?
Now they do, for sure.
Yeah. So if you want a career for the next 10 years, Mr. Jones, it's something right there that you can go grab. Bradbury, let me give him a compliment. He didn't have any penalties in any snaps last season. That's pretty decent. I have to look that up, and I'm going to give him a compliment. But it is a reason why he was rated so low on the PFF grades. He was listed extremely low in some categories. So I'm thinking that we can definitely get better and younger. And Logan Jones seems to fit that bill. Now he has the opportunity. How hungry and ambitious are you, Logan Jones? The opportunity right there in front of you, big dog. Go get it. Go fucking get it. For the sake of your career and for the sake of my sanity. Go do
it. I'm with you on that, though. I think I think that goes back to just last season, me personally. And then what I mean is that the Chicago Bears are going to play the best players. That's just what it is. If you've been performing the best, we don't care how much money you make. We're going to play.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I think that when you see guys like Logan Jones, there is a way to feel about it. And I think that We should just be open minded regardless. I think that even if Bradbury starts off the season, we're gonna have in the back of our minds that there's an opportunity to where they feel Logan Jones is ready and he could potentially be starting. I believe that because of the Ozzy Trapillo situation. And I think that's very, very possible. But C Dub, we also heard and got some notes about Xavier Thomas, the really electrifying guy out of LSU. Um, a couple guys around the Chicago Bears media, they say he looks explosive. Speed definitely shows up. Surprised at how natural he catches the ball with his hands. That's coming from Clay Harbor, I believe. How you feeling about that quick note from Xavier Thomas?
Yeah, I feel great about that. Looking at Xavier Thomas's tape, he did do a lot of body catches, which is okay with me in the city of Chicago when it gets cold and trying to catch those bullets from Caleb Williams in -15-degree weather. Uh, I think you're an idiot if you're trying to catch those bullet passes from Caleb Williams. Go ahead and be all macho if you want, but if you don't have your fingers when you're going home after the game, that's on you. You got to learn to catch the ball with your chest sometimes. Xavier Thomas, man, nephew, tell me if you think this is correct. I think that Xavier Thomas is here to take the DJ Moore role. Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy to a lot of you guys, but that's because you guys are elevating DJ role to a height that's unnecessary. DJ Moore's role in this iteration of the Chicago Bulls is pretty
Bears.
much a gadget type of guy. He's going to take some handoffs from the backfield. He's going to take those screens. He's going to do some end arounds. He's going to do those fake reverses. And he's going to be that type of guy. I know Luther Burton does that a little bit too. But I think Xavier Thomas is going to take more of that role. We've seen a little bit from DJ Moore last season. He ran some running plays. He was the screen guy most of the time. I think he's the guy to do that, and I think he can fit that bill pretty good, nephew. What do you think about that?
I think that's actually a great way to look at it, simply because as many times we've seen DJ Moore in the backfield. Last year, it came to a point where like, Ben, stop putting DJ in the
Yeah.
backfield. And Ben was like, to hell with y'all. I'm still putting DJ Moore in the backfield. So you're going to get a more electrifying player, a more faster player and Xavier Thomas to come out and do those type of things. I think that's actually the role that he will have, me personally. And I think that this is going to create something that we're going to be excited about. I expect a lot of points to be on the board for the Chicago Bears. I expect a lot of electrifying 20-yard pickups, 30-yard pickups, and hell, even touchdowns going down the field. Because when you have a guy with that type of speed and that type of catching ability, he's more than just a gadget guy. To me, he's a real wide receiver with just crazy speed that you can utilize in a number of ways. This is a guy that's going to be able to take the top off of a defense. And if you want to do single high safety, just be ready for him to hit that go route and take that safety away. And then somebody that's going to be operating in the slot like a Luther Burden, a Costa Loveland, a Roma Duze to be right in the slot, hitting that in route or across the middle of the field for 15 yards down the field. And it's just going to be huge pickups, bro.
Yeah, and could you imagine the third down formations with
It's going to be
Xavier
nuts.
Thomas? You could put him out there on the field with DeAndre Swift, double running back shotgun with the other guys out there, Rome, Luther, Colston out there lined out to the flanks. You could just have him in the backfield uh, with different type of formations. He could be a very lethal weapon for the Chicago Bears coming up this upcoming season. Nephew, just think about the formations on third down. It's going to be
Boy,
crazy.
it depends on what third down we talking about, but it doesn't matter. I think is you're gonna be able to utilize him. You're gonna be able to utilize Sam Roush. You're gonna be able to utilize that 12-man personnel, the 13-man personnel, depending on how the distance is to pick up a first down. The Ben Johnson. One thing that we gotta understand is that he likes flexibility with the way he can do with his personnel, and we absolutely should be loving a lot of the things that they have done these last the last few years or so. And during Ben Johnson's tenure, he has a lot of flexibility now to really do some spectacular things, bro. Real talk.
Yeah, and that's something we should look forward to because that got a chance to be really deadly for the Chicago Bears when you got this guy coming out the backfield being guarded by linebackers. Could you unless they're gonna bring in another
Boy,
cornerback?
if a linebacker get on Xavier Thomas, GG's.
That's the formation.
GG's.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Even in the zone concept, they're not gonna be fast enough to react to what he's going to do, and even in their zone concepts against him. So
I agree.
it's going to be tough trying to guard this guy if this the way they want to play him. As think about LT, think about Alvin Kamara, think about uh DJ Moore from last year, Debo Samuel, those type of
It's gonna be a
guys.
challenge.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be a challenge, dude. It's gonna be a
for
challenge.
sure. And while we speaking on that, they said Sam Roush is a large human, but still can move. Really, really impressive, quick for a big man. And I want to let everybody know he's more than just a blocking tight end. I know that he will be primarily blocking for the Chicago Bears, but I would imagine that with the guy of his intelligence, Ben Johnson is going to have Sam Roush and some opportunities to where he's first faking that pass blocking, but he's gonna leak out, and you better go ahead and try to tackle this man because it's gonna be a tough day for you with these big ass tight ends we got on our team.
Yes.
For real.
Yeah, I could see this guy making 2 to 3 big plays down the field. Could you just imagine this guy Sam Roush just pounding you for 3 quarters, steady getting off and just knocking you on your ass, and then here come the 4th quarter, and you getting bracing yourself for another fucking clash with a big ass 6'6", 270-pound monster, and he just run past you. And you just like, oh, this motherfucker been beating my ass all game long. Now I'm bracing for it. Now he running past me. I don't have. He just totally fucked me up. He's going to score or he's going to get a big gain. I can't wait to see how their logic works out. I know a lot of people had a little apprehension about this pickup in round 3. But I'm gonna give him a chance to put it on display. The preseason is gonna be big for Sam Roush. Even though I don't think, can you think it's Sam Roush we can deduce any conclusions from preseason with Sam Roush? I don't think
Probably
so.
not from preseason. I think
Yeah.
you grab some glimpses and stuff, but I think you will see more during the regular season. I would expect him to be a part of the rotation for sure. But C-Dub, let's talk about our defensive backs. They talking about Malik Muhammad was impressive in during mini camp. He had quote unquote sticky coverage. And then they talked about Dylan Thieneman and said that his change of direction is very, very impressive. What do you have to say to both of those cases?
Thieneman, the change of direction and being impressive. That's good to hear from Thieneman. For Malik Muhammad, it's just he got to be on his P's and Q's, dude. And then he just got another assist with Zay Frazier getting released.
I was just for to say that.
Yeah, so it's looking great. You don't dwell, you don't celebrate somebody losing their job or anything, but your job just got easier, Malik Muhammad. So you get a pass.
Celebrate. At least one step easier. And I that's one thing I respect about the coaching staff, bro. We're not gonna sit here and play around with players. We're not gonna sit around here and play around with y'all. And I respect that tremendously, bro. That's a good way to carry a football team. As far as these two fellas, I believe that they're gonna impress a lot of people, but obviously they still got to work their way up to where we believe they can be at the end of the day.
Yeah, Malik Muhammad, you got it. We got a good chance, dude. I still believe in Tyreek Stevenson. I think that he can make it. I'm gonna stand by that, but I'm open to the best player winning a competition, because this is in fact a competition for that second cornerback position. But I'm pulling for Tyreek. But come on, Malik, be better. What I'm gonna do? Be like, nah, he ain't better. Yeah, he better. Shit, if he beat him out and beat a cornerback, the second cornerback, I'm good with that. Let's see what he can do. But I'm riding with my boy Tyreek, nephew.
I'm about to piss you off before we get into these mailbags.
Don't you do it.
They talking about kicker Gabriel Palacia looks like a linebacker.
Why do we have a good football conversation, nephew, and then you just come out of nowhere talking about a damn kicker? But this particular weird ass kicker is built like a damn linebacker. You say?
You remember Janikowski, bro?
Yeah, yeah. Busting out his uniform, can't fit his extra small uniform and shit. Oh, whatever, bro. It's getting crazy now, bro. You didn't want to try out to be a linebacker, so you decided to be the easiest position on the football field in the football game, a kicker. One that I think that should be wiped out the game completely. It's not needed.
They not
Whatever.
wiping out kickers,
Keep Cairo Santos, bro.
They
God,
not
no.
wiping out kickers.
God, bro. And then wouldn't that put you like two hands behind your back? How you go chase somebody down when you a big ass linebacker? You a kicker, but you 250 pounds, bro. Kicker gotta be at least be able to trip somebody. I don't think they tackle
You
people.
talking
They
about
trip
trip
people.
somebody?
They don't tackle, they trip.
Well, this motherfucker built like a linebacker, so hopefully he'll be able to tackle a motherfucker. Get us a turnover.
He's a kicker.
But hey, man, we didn't have a long list of voicemails to come to, but we do have a couple today. So we just go jump right into that. And C-Dub, this first one is from Charles, y'all. When I'm it on, here's the voicemail from Charles.
Chucky.
Hey, how y'all doing? This is Charles, and I'm from the South Side. So I think we had one of the best draft classes that we've seen in a while. I think a lot of fans have the Madden brain, or what Hayes likes to call the fan brain, and we want to get everything at once, especially in the city. We feel like we deserve everything right now, but I think someone brought up that next year's draft is really deep as far as edges. So I think I love what our front office and our head coaches are doing as far as like, kind of looking at longevity, versus trying to react right now. We look at where the Packers are as far as their cap space, where in the next couple of years, like this year, honestly, they have to make like a bunch of decisions. And even what happened with Kansas City and their turnover, in this year, in the past 2 years, as we've seen. So I really like what our front office is doing as far as kind of pacing it out and allowing our team to develop together and developing through the draft. Um, that's championships I built through like waiting, and not waiting necessarily, but patience. So yeah, I really like all the draft picks, even the tight end. People are going like shit on the tight end until he does really good in the next year, in the next 2 years. And yeah, we need depth. We need good depth, and that's what it is. I think over the past couple years, we've seen us just pick players because of their name. And yeah, I'm glad we have depth now. And it's the next man up. And that's what you have to remember. Ben Johnson is very much so next man up. So, and Brian Poe is an entire organization. So, we wanna have like good players in our depth, in a position, because the way that our schemes are gonna look in the next 2 years are gonna be the same to where we'll need, what's his name? Sam Roush, I feel like. Yeah. So we'll need a 13 personnel, a couple of times throughout the game, and he may not be utilized, uh, I'll say every play, or even like 30% utilization over the course of the season. But the times where we will need him, he'll be able to shine. And that's one thing I've always appreciated about Ben Johnson's system, is not contingent on, all that driving, but it is not very much so contingent on like number one receivers or number one options or anything like that. It's who can we scheme in, who's getting open, and what can we actually do. Um, because yeah, when we looked at him over in Detroit, a lot of their receivers like shared the weight, as we saw with our receiver base this year. So yeah, man, I don't want to keep.
For sure. Appreciate that well thought out voicemail, Charles. But unfortunately, the software that we use has a 3-minute time limit. But we love what you said. Well, at least I do. C-Dub, how you feel about the voicemail?
Hey, shout out to Charles. That was definitely a good voicemail. I like the way you're putting this. I do, in fact, agree that this is a depth draft. I love that the way you put that. This is a depth draft at the most. And when I look at it overall, I will say it okay instead of saying I love it. It is that third round pick. I am going to fall into that group that has their eyebrows up at that tight end being chosen in the third round. But if you look at it, they did touch all the facets of need: defensive line, offensive line, safety, and cornerback. But if you look at the draft as a whole, it's really a depth draft. You can go all the way down the list. Of course, they have a chance to start with competition in training camp and things like that. But you can go down the list, and Malik Muhammad, he could be considered a depth piece, but he has a chance to start. You got Sam Roush, he's definitely a depth piece. You got well, we do have one starter in Thiedemann. I'm sorry. Let me
Mm-hmm.
get that correct. He will be the starter. But the rest of it, if you look at it in its totality, I do agree with you that it is a depth draft. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet because it's still a possibility that some of those guys are starters. But okay, that was a good thought out voicemail though, Chuck.
For sure. Appreciate the voicemail, Charles. And I'm gonna agree with you on the depth piece as well. I think that is very, very important. If we want sustained success for the Chicago Bears, you have to have good depth. That's just how I'm looking at it. And I imagine like when you go out there and you have good depth on your team, you can somehow, some way maintain success. And that's what we want. And this team appears to be dependent on their coaching and their ability to coach guys up and be good. And I think that's very, very important for the sake of us and the Chicago Bears. We don't want just what happened last year and then we fall off. We want
Yeah.
years on years on years of us losing our fucking minds in front of these microphones and in front of our TVs. That's
Oh,
how we want to do it. And hopefully we cash in on a chip. The other day, my son said, Dad, did you remember the '06 loss to the Colts? Boy, what? I don't even want to talk to you right now. Leave me alone. But also the last point is, and we talked about it last Sunday as a collective, me, C Dub, and Hayes, that Ben Johnson has shown the ability to be matchup dependent. And I think that this team has shown that they are a team that can adjust to their opponent. You know what I'm saying? If you have a crazy defensive front, Ben Johnson's gonna troll out and roll out 12-man personnel, 13-man personnel. But if you have a weak defensive line, he gonna go out there and we gonna stretch it out. We gonna stretch it
mhm.
out and we gonna hit the sidelines and we gonna push the ball down the field. That's what I really, really love from the Chicago Bears, man. But we appreciate the call, Charles. C Dub, we about to get into this last one. I told y'all I was a thin mailbag this week. I don't know. Y'all busy? It is Mother's Day tomorrow.
It
Make sure you
is.
show love to your mother.
Happy birthday.
Mother. That's for my
I was
people
about
from the East Coast. Mother.
tweaking.
Word to my mother. But C Dub, we about to get into this last one. This last one is from Milton.
Milk.
Yo, Chicago Bears Central, the Cognac Boys with the Blues. Thanks for the Garnett calling in from Virginia Beach on this beautiful Friday. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. This has been one of the more interesting years of Ryan Poe's tenure as our GM in probably forever, though. I've in my life seen our team have so many cornerbacks competing for either the starting position and or backup depth position. It's and that's a good problem to have, like people like to say, because you never know what happened between now and by the time the regular season goes, especially with injuries or if they don't make it or what have you. Though, so I'm really glad that Ryan Poles got has a competent staff that can back him up and he can make the right decisions. He is literally growing as a decent GM in the National Football League, and I would give the man his props. Um, okay, with that being said, I'm just sorry to see that Zay Frazier was released by the Bears. We don't know what actually happened. I don't know, we don't know if the personal problems that he was going through last year are extended to this year. Hopefully, it wasn't anything legal or illegal that he's done He tried to press up on the team saying, I want this, that, and the third, and he haven't even played a snap all last season, though. So, I do believe he might get picked up. It just depends on the needs of the team and throughout the league and everything. I do believe he'll get picked up. But other than that, I am glad that the Bears have signed, as I've been preaching, call after call. Y'all probably already know they brought Britton Brown back on a 1 year deal, so I'm really glad that they did that. So I'm looking forward to him. Hopefully, he'll be the number 3 running back on our team because the Bears have been doing so many moves during this offseason. It's kind of hard to keep track of who they bringing in, who's been let go, and all this other stuff. So I'm really looking forward to Britton Brown expanding his ropes, has an RB3 on our team. So can't wait to see that happen. And also, like I said before, I'm definitely going to be more intrigued with a new OC and a new running back coach and see how, they can continue to make that step, take a step forward this season with them being new onto the staff. So I'm really looking forward to that. And this will be the last thing I'll say on this call. As far as like an edge and us not drafted and all this stuff, a lot of the people that y'all had on y'all mock drafts were already gone. So a lot of people were still complaining about that. But it's like, hey, look, best player available, take the best player available. And that's what Ryan Post and his staff did. So we just like to make do, trust the process, and see how it turns out on the football field. So got OTAs, rookie mini camps, preseason, and regular season to find all that stuff out. So. But anyway, I hope y'all have a good rest of your day, a good rest of the weekend. And as always, Lord willing, Chicago up, bear down. I'll definitely holler at y'all on the next one. Holla!
Shout out to Milton, man. It's always a pleasure, brother. I'm gonna just go real quick. I think that we just need to sit back and relax and see what happens this upcoming season, whether we like to draft or not. It is what it is. We can't have our feelings, and I'm not saying they don't matter, but at the end of the day, we get to see what the Chicago Bears put out on the field. And at the end of the day, if the wins are not coming, that's when we got the right to raise hell. So we just go sit back, relax, let the summer come, and then once we enter the fall and football games start being played, if we still see problems, that's when we gonna go off on the ass. We not even gonna need everybody know we gonna show tough love to this organization when that time comes. And I think that we'll just sit back, trust the process, and see what happens. I think that's it. And I love what you said throughout the voicemail too, man. C-Dub, what you got?
Yeah, shout out my boy Milton. Yeah, man. Everybody's seems like everybody is like got convinced that this draft is okay, and I'm not saying that in a negative light. That's cool because I'm also went from a not a bad place, went from a negative place and probably to a positive place in this case. Like, let me see first. You know what I'm saying? Let me
Right.
see. I definitely think they went with best player available with the needs that they needed on this football team. I definitely think that the Chicago Bears have a good chance to be better than they was last year. Does this draft contribute to that dream that I have? I think so. We did add a couple pieces of depth and some possible starters for the future. It's just a wait and see thing. And when it comes to Ryan Poles and what he deserves as to the patience, I think Ryan Poles deserves it, bro. He deserves our patience at least for this season of where we went last season, and that's all I got to say about that. I would usually be going off like nephew, like what the fuck we doing in the third round? Third round, but we beat Green Bay in the playoffs. Wait, hold on, we beat Green Bay in the regular season. Then we beat them in the playoffs, back to back game. Was it back to back?
No, the last game of the season, I believe, was against Detroit.
You see, and then we beat Green Bay to go to the. We could have won that game too. Like, he deserves it, bro. So I'm rad whatever he want to do. That don't even sound right coming out of my mouth, but he deserves it. Probably because we ain't never been in this position, and we haven't been in this position in a long time, nephew. Well, we looking to improve on already an improving team, if that makes sense.
For sure. But hey, man, quick hitter. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. Before y'all get up out of here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well, man. If you want to be a part of the mailbag, make sure you call in, state your name, leave your take. There is a 3-minute time limit. That's more than enough time to get your shot off. The number to do so is 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm Bobby. That's C-Dub. And y'all already know we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.